Representation matters, not just in media or in fashion, but in important industries that support our daily livelihood, especially the medical field. This week, kids in the DFW are getting to see firsthand how medical students who look and sound just like them are making an impact. University of North Texas Health Science Center at Fort Worth is hosting a free week-long Latinos in Medicina camp for Fort Worth and Tarrant County kids. And these medical students are going to be teaching and mentoring Latin children between the ages of 10 to 13 about healthcare. Here to talk more about it, Dr. Taylor Benavides. Thank you so much for the time.
It's my pleasure to be here.
This is super cool. What a great opportunity for these students to see firsthand what it's like to be in the medical industry. We tell people, oh, grow up to be a lawyer and a doctor, but there's so much more to the medical industry than just being a doctor or a nurse, isn't there?
Absolutely. Absolutely there is. And not only is there more to it, I think there's more than, and I think it's really about seeing it too. So I think that's one big benefit of having these students on campus is they can see that someone that looks like them, talks like them, is in a position that's set up to be a doctor, to be a pharmacist, to be a physical therapist. And so I think that is absolutely crucial and necessary for students to get that drive to go into the medical field.
Does it also remove some of the stigma associated with going to a hospital or going to a doctor for any child?
I think so. I think it does remove the stigma. I think that once you remove the barrier and you see the doctors as gods and see healthcare members as gods, and once you see that they're human just like you and I think that does play a big role and get to see that chance and get to see what we do and interact with each other, how we interact. I think that absolutely is crucial.
This is the second year that you guys have hosted this camp. What is the experience going to be like this year?
It's going to be just all encompassing. So we're doing anything from, again, medication safety to teaching them stop the bleed, to doing stuff like them garbing up in their sterile compounding stuff like we're doing in pharmacy, just you name it. So any of our specialties across campus, we're really teaching them more about those crafts and really just getting them that sense of what it looks like to be a pharmacist, to be a physical therapist and whatnot.
Talk to us about the importance of actually having hands-on activities as opposed to just a bunch of people talking at them.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I think engages you and I. I mean, you can hear about it all day, but until you get your hands dirty with something and get your hands in there, I think it really makes a difference. And I think that it really helps them see that they can do it too, that they can do these procedures. For instance, we had one simulation where they acted like they have a broken arm and we put a cast on. And then they used the saw to help, cut it off. And so they saw what that looked like and they saw what it felt like. And so I think they put themselves in the patient's shoes, but also in the physician's shoes too, to kind of see how that felt and looked. But I think that's absolutely crucial.
Per the research you shared with us, Latinos they make up 40% of the population in Texas, but fewer than 10% of primary care physicians are Latino. For these medical students, medical school is not easy, and some don't always see it to the finish line. Does participating in an event like this where they're, getting to kind of share the spotlight and also see the importance of what they're doing help motivate them to push through?
I think so. I think the first and most important thing to any career that we choose is the passion. And if you don't have a passion for something, you're likely not to succeed. And so I think this starts now. It starts when you're young and you get to see your role models, you get to see what practice looks like. And so I think it's all about laying out that passion for them that they can help develop and grow and use as a foundation for their growth in the coming years.
Do they also have the chance to say, maybe the medical field is not something for me, but I can still learn something about living a healthier life?
Absolutely. And we teach them a lot about the safety, the carbohydrates. We teach them a lot about nutrition. Absolutely. And those are important. And there have been a few students here after we lay out, some of the procedures dealing with blood and whatnot. And I'm a pharmacist, so I don't necessarily want to deal with the bloods and guts, but but to see some of them say, oh, this may not be for me. That's okay. I think that's okay. But I think it's very important for them to see people like them that look like them that are in successful positions.
Latinos come from different generations, different countries, different experiences here. How have the parents had feedback after the first year and then leaning into this year when it comes to, bringing their kids to this camp?
Absolutely. So what's really nice about this year is that we've had students come from last year to this year. And some of the feedback that we got from the parents last year was, man, they loved it. They came home. They were so passionate. And then seeing them drop off the students this year and us recognize those faces and say, oh, we're so glad to have them back. You can see they're so eager to have their kids here. And then they talk about how much it means to them and how much it means to the students. So it really does come full circle for them.
It also has to blow away a lot of misconceptions that kids might have as well. What kinds of things did they come in thinking, but they found out it's not true?
Yeah, I think really, especially as it pertains to some of the more less known careers, such as pharmacists, such as PT, I think that they learn that there's more to the craft than what they see. So just like with pharmacy, there's more to craft than just what you see at a CVS and Walgreens. We have really a whole wide skill set that we can use. And so really it's learning about those, but also kind of breaking down some of the medications, some of the nutrition, again, those misconceptions that they've built, that they've learned from their parents, and they've really learned they may not be so true as we teach them and kind of guide them through the week.
Now, with the focus on this and even the title being in Spanish, today I know is the second Doctor Day. Is this curriculum also going to be bilingual?
It absolutely is. So what's really nice about this event is it's not just for Latinos. It's actually for anyone around the community that is interested. Of course, we draw these students from less represented areas, but we have people from all over. But we do focus some of the activities really on learning Spanish.
Talk also about how the connections that the kids make with each other.
Absolutely. It's so fascinating seeing them come onto campus. And at first they're real timid. They want to sit by themselves, isolated. And then by the end of the first day, they are already friends. They're already making jokes with us actually too. And so it is super cool seeing them interact and really engage not only with us, but with themselves.
Absolutely. You guys have 2 more days and then you're wrapping up this week. What are you guys looking forward to?
I am really looking forward to my pharmacy day. I can't wait to get them garbed up in all their sterile compounding gear, and they all took it home last year, and I know they're going to have a blast this time too.
Already planning for next year?
Absolutely. Yeah, the planning, it's never too early to plan.
How many students are coming to the camp this week or have been at the camp? And then how many are you hoping to open it up to?
So this year at 64, I'm not sure how many we're going to have on campus in the coming years. Our goal is to expand it really from 60 to even more. It all just depends on some of the logistics, but really we're hoping to expand this to be as wide as we possibly can.
That is Dr. Taylor Benavides here with us. Thank you so much for the time. And anything else you want our listeners to know about this camp?
Really just if you have the opportunity to send your kiddos here, they will absolutely enjoy it. They will learn so much, and hopefully they can leave with a passion for the medical field too.
How can they keep up with you guys for next year's sign up?
Absolutely. So there's a few sign up lists. There's a few Facebook pages that we can go to. We will be sending it out after the event, but you can keep updated with us on Facebook and then on our HSC website too.
You got it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.